following is a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the management or ownership of KSTP-AM 1500 ESPN.
This is the place to talk about everything related to the home. Buying or selling real estate, financing and improvements that can help increase your home's value. This is Minnesota Home Talk on Score North. Here's your host, Jason Walgrave.
Hey, good morning, folks, and welcome back. This is Minnesota Home Talk, and we are live on 1500 ESPN Radio, baby.
We should come up. We should have an audio clip. ESPN. No? Something like
Things
that?
we're not going to do. On that list. That.
I think that'd be sweet. Have a crowd cheering the ESPN.
Yeah.
Play it.
Get people come in. They can all just fill up the studio.
Yep.
I like it.
Get this thing hype in the morning.
Folks, we're live every Saturday morning, of course, on demand at MinnesotaHometalk.com. Check out our podcast, all of our past shows at our website, MinnesotaHometalk.com. I'm your host, Jason Walgrave with Walgrave Real Estate Group and the Minnesota Real Estate Team at RE/MAX Advantage Plus. We have the great Mortgage Michael Ouverson with Luminate Home Loans. And I heard an echo.
Urban legend.
We've got Evan Little with Paragon. He is not only our insurance expert, but the great masterful producer of this wonderful show, Minnesota Home Talk, that's been on the air for 85 years, 50,000 plus shows.
Yep.
What were we talking about, Evan? Something before the show. Oh, Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, that was like 7 years ago.
That was like he hasn't had a Krispy Kreme in 70 years, he said. So
75, I think.
75 years? That's what it was.
I something like that.
I remember when Krispy Kremes made their debut here in the Twin Cities.
I do too.
And it was a huge...
It was bedlam. It was pure chaos. People fighting in the streets for a box of Krispy Kreme.
But what happened? What happened? There's not even one around them anymore, is there?
Nope.
No.
We were talking about that. We think one entity owns all of the franchises for Minnesota. So when they closed them, they closed them all.
That's got to be it, right?
It's got to be it.
Why didn't they make it?
I think that they folded in the 2008 financial crisis because they opened with big fanfare around 2000, right? It was 2000, 2001 when the craze was full blown here.
I think they closed because all of the carb hype in the media, and everyone was concerned about. They were
Radio listeners can't see it, but I'm making a face to that.
making a face. I think that's what it was.
We still
no.
even through all of the Atkins stuff and all the keto stuff and so on. We still eat plenty of carbs here in Minnesota.
Well, I know we do, but at the time, I feel like that was one of the reasons that it closed.
Hey, you know what? I have a question. What's this show actually about? What is this show? Minnesota Home Talk?
Donuts is what we're talking about. Donuts. Hy-Vee's got great donuts.
Do they?
Oh, they're so good.
If you have a donut-related question, give us a call.
We will argue. We will argue with you all day long on who's got the best donuts. Best donuts ever, the Laverne Bakery.
Oh, agree 100%.
If we're limiting it to the Twin Cities, that's a tougher question.
Those were good.
Here's what you do. You're gonna drive yourself to Laverne on a Saturday morning.
Main Street.
Yep. You're gonna go to Main Street. You're gonna hit the Laverne Bakery. You're gonna get yourself 5 chocolate Long Johns, Bavarian cream filled, of course.
The problem with Laverne is if I'm driving there to go to the bakery, I'm already about halfway, a little more than halfway to Pella, and then I can go to the Yarzma Bakery in Pella, which is probably better.
No.
Because
there is no more Laverne Bakery, so.
Oh yeah, then it's definitely better.
It's definitely better.
But then you go to the quarries. And you go check out the Blue Mountain State Park. And then you go to the drive-in theater at night, and you go back home.
JJ's. Don't forget JJ's.
Oh yeah, hit JJ's.
on the
Tasty
way
Freeze.
Yep.
All you have to do to experience this is also travel back in time 30 years.
Tell me
Not
that if
that
I was
far back in
planning
time.
someone's day in Laverne, hey, we want to go experience Laverne, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Well, because that's all there is, right? There's not a ton of other things. Am I wrong?
That's pretty accurate.
That's about right.
That's pretty accurate.
I could hook you up with my dad. You can go feed his goats. That's about the other thing.
Jim's got goats?
On Forest what's his name? Lauren Force.
Yeah.
Right by the school's little farm
yeah.
there. So that's where his office is.
Yeah.
And he's got goats. And,
How many goats does he
He was
have?
like, I'll just pick up some goats.
I don't know. There's probably 20 goats in there.
What does he name them? Do they have names?
I don't think so.
Billy?
Billy the goat. But every time we go back, we go take the kids up there and feed them.
Oh,
that's like the highlight of going back to Laverne.
Next time I'm going to Laverne, I'm stopping by.
Oh, wait, hang on. Do you feed the goats or do you feed your kids the goats?
Well, I don't know. The goats haven't taken a finger off yet, but I'm guessing that might happen here.
Yeah.
And then it's time to consume the goats out of revenge.
All right, folks. Big show plan this morning. We got the most recent market statistics.
They are a big change.
They are a big change. So we're going to be going over those. We've got our 9 questions to ask when choosing a realtor. We're giving away 4 tickets to a St. Paul Saints game.
I'm going to give you a hint. The first question, by the way.
First question.
What are the best donuts in the Twin Cities?
Yeah, that's exactly.
4 tickets to a St. Paul Saints game?
Saints game, 4 tickets. Open up phone lines right away. We're going to talk about some rates and, of course, answer all questions. Anything and everything real estate related, give us a call. Studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. Folks, that is the call-in number to the studio. We'll keep the studio lines open throughout the show if you'd like to win 4 tickets to a Saints game. Of course, all 4 seats are together. Great seats. The games are a lot of fun. If you'd like to go to a free Saints baseball game on us, give us a call with your real estate question. The best question is going to win. Phone lines are open, 651-647-2910. Phone lines are open. Studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. You can also win via, via text. The text line is 763-443-5664. Excuse me.
Get it?
763-443-5664. Evan, what's that text line again?
763-443-5664.
Whew, there we go.
Yeah, good.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, I'm out of material. What do you got?
Yeah,
no
well-
hot listings.
Oh,
Yeah, we can do hot
We
listings.
got a whole bunch of hot listings. They're coming.
It's gonna be really confusing, but I think
is.
we'll start with the traditional list and then we'll go to the other stuff. But
All right.
first of all, I've got to do this.
Got to put the hot listing music.
It only gets hotter from here.
All right, folks. We just start at the top. There we go.
I'm working on it.
Here we go. If you'd like some lakeshore property in Minnesota, in New Prague, just south of Prior Lake, we've got a fantastic property on the market. Newly listed at $429,900. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 720 square foot Rambler. I mean, it's got fantastic lakeshore, wonderful dock. It's on Cedar Lake in New Prague, just south of Prior Lake. Fantastic lake. Great fishing on this property, by the way. Really wonderful property on the market for $429,900. Great price to buy either your second home or this is a great primary residence as well. And again, that's on the market for $429,900. Oh, we've got a new listing in Prior Lake on Fish Lake, our second lakeshore property of the day. This property is located at 20755 Addison Drive in Prior Lake. It's on Fish Lake, $899,000. 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 4,000 square foot property, over 2.5 acres, includes waterfront as well. The part of the property that's on the lake has a really cool boathouse style structure. It's got it's finished power. It's got Wi-Fi down there, so you have your lakeshore, your dock. Wonderful acreage property on Fish Lake in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Again, on the market for $899,000. Moving over to, or up to Edina, we have that fantastic condo for sale in the Galleria. Located at 3209 Galleria, number 807. $599,000. Incredible skyline views from this property. We've got 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, completely renovated. New kitchen, new bathrooms. It is really spectacular. Finished with all high-end finishings. just under 900 square feet. A ton of great amenities in this property, and the location is absolutely prime. On the market for $599,000.
This listing came up in conversation last night with our neighbors.
Did.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They were talking about how they want to have they would like to have a condo in Edina or downtown Minneapolis. They're like, hey, doesn't Walgrave have that one listing on there? And I was talking about, yeah.
You know what some people call those? Urban cabins.
Urban cabins.
Urban cabins.
I have a problem with that idea.
Moving on to the next listing, located in Afton, Minnesota, at 15616 Upper 34th Street South, on the market for $750,000. 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It has incredible views. Sits at the top of the bluffs with St. Croix River and St. Croix River Valley views. Just under 3,000 square feet, vaulted ceilings, a ton of character through this property. Really spectacular lot and home, and it's on the market again for $750,000. Moving down to Red Wing, Minnesota, we have a incredible lakeshore property on the shores of the Lake Pepin area, 425 feet of waterfront. It is on the market for $1.5 million, 1 acre. It's a pagoda-style home ready for remodel, renovation, or redevelopment of this fantastic waterfront property. Again, on the market for $1.5 million. The address is 27858 Greens Point Road in Red Wing, Minnesota, just south of the Twin Cities.
Docks Harbor.
Docks Harbor, folks. Are you looking for an investment opportunity? This is a RV resort on the north shores of Mille Lacs in Aiken, Minnesota, 39629 State Highway 18, Aiken, Minnesota. This property is on the market for $2.5 million. It has opportunity for expansion to expand the boat slips, and it is a really cool property if you're looking for that resort-style lifestyle, either a turnkey investment opportunity, hands-off, or if you'd like to be an owner-operator, this property is ready to go at $2.5 million.
I think about this property sometimes.
I do too.
When I don't want to get out of bed and do work in the morning, and I go, I could be Doc.
Could be Doc. Doc Evan.
Yeah.
Doc Evan. To-be-built home in Savage, Minnesota, located on Sumner Avenue South. This is in the Prior Lake Savage School District. Pebble Creek Custom Homes as a to-be-built rambler with a 2,400 square foot foundation, a spectacular floor plan, incredible custom design, high-end finishings throughout, and this home is on the market to be built at $995,000. We've got in Duluth, Minnesota, commercial opportunity. This property is on the market for $1.75 million, located at 327 West 1st Street in Duluth. It has, I think, 30,000 square feet, if I recall.
Almost 30,000.
Almost 30,000 square feet.
It's currently 24,500 usable, but it can be pumped up to 30,000 according to the listing.
Great opportunity, great location in Duluth, Minnesota for commercial opportunity, commercial property for sale. On the market for $1.75 million. Moving down to Dundas, Minnesota, we have a commercial land development opportunity, 130 acres, zoned commercial with quite a bit of Interstate 35 frontage. This property is on the market for $5.2 million. It has, 130.6 acres, again, zoned commercial. An incredible opportunity for many different commercial, retail, multi-use, industrial opportunities, and that's in Dundas, Minnesota for $5.2 million.
It is a big plot of land.
It is a big plot of land. Our last Smoking Hot listing, well, actually it's not. We've got 3 more after this. Evan appreciated the 5 emails that I sent him because I wasn't very organized this week. This is a to-be-built 2-story in Prior Lake, Minnesota, located on Sims Court, 16080 Sims Court Southeast. 2-story, to be built by Pebble Creek Custom Homes, a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, just under 3,000 square feet above ground. Unfinished basement. This home is to be built, priced at $950,000. That's in the Cardinal Overlook development on Sims Court, right up 160th, next to the Twin Oaks and Hidden Oaks Middle School. And it is it's a 9-acre development a 9-lot development. It's surrounded by 12 acres. Each lot is a half acre, and their walkouts. A really great opportunity to get into the Prior Lake area.
Okay, you're going to have to give me a second to pull up the next one.
So I literally sent Evan like 5 emails.
Yeah.
So got to make things interesting, keep him on his toes on a Saturday morning.
Nothing in the subject line, so he has to go through each one. He can't.
He's got to scroll way down.
Scroll. He's got to open it up, scroll, look.
All right, we have a fantastic property in Minnetonka for sale. This is it's on over a 2-acre lot. It's located at 14620 Woodhill Circle in Minnetonka. Folks, I don't know of any other acreage properties in the city of Minnetonka, and this is one of them. 2 acres. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. It's pretty cool. It's definitely vintage. It's got some style. On the market for $599,000, so an incredible price for this home, 3,000 square feet.
I actually think that this is one of my favorite listings we've had in quite a while.
It's super cool. It is a super cool home.
To give you radio listeners in the image here, like 2 entire sides of the house are windows.
Yes.
And the surrounding 2 acres means that you're just kind of in nature.
You're in nature in the city of Minnetonka.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Custom built in, what was the year built on this one, Evan?
I'm just going to eyeball it and say
79?
75 to 79. I don't see it here on the thing.
But it has 5 bedrooms up, which is super unusual.
Yeah, it's pretty
for
big.
homes built in that time frame. And this property is ready to go on the market again for $599,000.
One more time, the address was 14620 Woodhill Circle in Minnetonka. And let me 1962, we were both wrong.
62?
62,
Dang.
yep.
Oh.
I looked it up. All right.
Well, that makes sense. Kind of got some 60s feel to it. You know?
Sure.
So.
All right. Next hot listing.
Actually, it kind of reminds me of that 70s show.
Like the actual, that 70s show?
Yeah,
show?
like some of the decor out of that 70s show.
I could see that.
All right, here we go. All right, next email, one of 75 emails that I sent Evan this morning.
Yeah, which one do you want to do next?
Oh, you choose. Let's. You know what? I'm going to let you pick, Evan.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Let's see here.
One of them is the Mark Gores listing. He's got a new listing coming up on Prior Lake. It is a spectacular lakeshore property. It's got sunset views. The home is custom built. Incredible shoreline. Opportunity to finish the basement as well. And it is really, really well designed throughout. This one is coming on the market. Should be Monday or Tuesday, live on the market for $2.5 million. So if you're interested in living on Prior Lake, give Mark Gores a call. You can go to our website, minnesotahometalk.com, shoot us over a quick message, and we'll get you over to Mark to get a private showing set up for that. Coming listing, again, I think it'll be on the market Monday or Tuesday of this week. So brand new.
Right on Prior Lake?
Right on Prior Lake. Sunset. You love sunsets. It's on the lower Prior Lake, which is the north side of Prior Lake. The Big Waters part.
The Big Waters.
Of Prior Lake. And then we've got our last Smoking Out listing of the week, Ryan Beardsley on the team. He has welcome to this updated 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, large deck and patio facing a quiet pond, beautiful woodland for privacy, lower level walkout. This home is on the market for $239,900.
Mm.
And what's it? So we've got, it's a townhome. Do we have a...
It is a townhome side by side.
Oh yeah, really cool.
Type construction
with a deck on that.
Big
That's
deck.
Fantastic. Big deck.
Yep.
Attached 2-car garage. What was the address? Did you give us an address in this one?
That's actually a built-in 2-car garage.
Yes.
The address on this one is 2313 East 122nd Street in Burnsville.
Looks like he's got open houses going on. Let's see, we got going live. Just scroll up just a little bit there, Evan. There we go. Radio show. It's going live on the 5th. So
tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow, fantastic. Folks, if you'd like more information about this, give Ryan a call. His phone number is 612-991-2630. All right, folks.
I think that's all of them.
Whew. Well, we got market updates. We'll do those a little bit later. Folks, if you'd like to win tickets to a St. Paul Saints game on us, give us a call with your real estate questions. The phone lines are open at 651-647-2910. That is the call number to the studio. Phone lines are open. 4 tickets to a Saints game. The best real estate question is going to win anything and everything real estate related. Give us a call with your questions. 651-647-2910. That is the call number to the studio. Studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. We have a text line. You can also win tickets via text 763-443-5664. That is the text line, 763-443-5664. Call or text both ways to give you a chance to win 4 tickets to a Saints game.
Boom.
And they've got those ice cream sandwiches that Ouverson likes so much.
2 at a time.
Thelma's or something, or
something like that. It doesn't matter. I don't read the packaging. I get 2.
I
get the wrapper off as soon as I can because that's the only thing holding that ice cream sandwich between my hand and my mouth is that wrapper.
Do you think that we should have an ice cream sandwich eating contest on the show?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Evan, you want to participate?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Twist my arm.
I'll do it with you. Ouverson, you going to participate?
How about we do a 1 chip challenge eating contest?
We did that already.
No, who can eat the most during the show?
That sounds really expensive because those chips are like $20 a piece or whatever.
I think what we should do is we should just do a bag of Dorito eating contest, and we'll get the big party size ones.
Oh, let me tell you about exciting radio content. A bunch of guys chewing on really loud chips, crinkling bags. Just the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it's exactly. The video podcast is bad enough, but then the idea of like clicking on the audio
Just
link and being like, oh yeah, hot listings are over. Let's start eating Doritos. Pass. I'm gonna put the ice cream eating contest.
That's doable.
I think that's less auditorially obnoxious.
Annoying. Yeah.
But it is still, like waiting for us to eat another ice cream sandwich, and there's a weird, awkward pause where you hear someone go, "That's pretty good."
Oh, that's pretty.
How many more of these am I supposed to eat to win?
Who's the guy off Popeye that eats all the hamburgers? That's who it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who is that?
He's a hamburger today, and I'll pay you tomorrow guy or something like
I'll
that.
gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
I love it. All right, folks. Who wants to win Saints tickets on us? Give us a call with the real estate questions. Phone lines are open, 651-647-2910 for St. Paul Saints tickets on us. 4 tickets, 1 big winner for the best real estate question. Give us a call. The studio lines are open. That's 651-647-2910. We also have a text line of 763-443-5664. The text line to win St. Paul Saints tickets, 4 tickets on us for the best real estate question. Please text us your real estate questions to our text line, which is 763-443-5664. Mr. Ouverson, tell us about rates.
Remember last week? It was pretty exciting. I was like, rates actually dropped. I had good news, on rates. They dropped, and everyone's excited, and all these loan officers like, yeah, we're back, baby. Here they come. Another little refi boom. That all reversed this week. They went back up a quarter, and we're back to where we were.
Back to where we were.
Yeah. So it was a week of excitement. Don't get me wrong. It was fun while it lasted. But rates did trickle up this week again. I should say again. They were down last week, and then this week they went back up. So,
nice.
But we're still sitting in the low 5s.
Yep.
The nice thing is that I've been looking at the charts. Basically since April 11th, we've been holding steady.
Okay.
Right. So if you look at January, February, March, right, it was just like a steady ramp. Rates just up every week, just boom, 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 going up the ramp. That ramp is now leveled out since April 11th. You get a little bit up and down, right? There's a speed bump here and there, a little dip here and there, but the market has been pretty steady since then, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm hoping that this is the level that we're going to hold for a little while. Maybe we come back down. We're going to for sure come back down when full blown recession is here. It just matters what happens between now and when that starts.
Right.
I think they're going to probably stay a level here for a little while, which is good news again. And we'll just have to see, I guess,
See what happens.
What happens with rates. Are they going to come back down far enough to where, do we hit low fours, have a little mini refi boom sometime coming up? I imagine that's going to happen.
Yep.
But I think it's going to be 12 months down the road.
12 months. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. After the first maybe or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay. Folks, got the phone lines open. If you'd like to win St. Paul Saints tickets on us, give us a call at 651. Studio lines are open to win tickets at 651-647-2910. The text line to win, if you'd like to win via text us your real estate questions to 763-443-5664. The text line again is 763-443-5664.
One thing I will say is our jumbo 30-year fixed rates. If you're in the upper bracket, I had a couple clients that are hanging around that. They just want to put enough down to get down to the conventional loan limit of $647,200.
Yep.
So this particular client, good credit, right? So 780 credit scores. They got enough to put down to get their loan amount down to $647,200. I was making a comparison, and I was looking at it. I'm like, the jumbo loans start at $647,201, right? So if you do a $647,200 loan amount, your interest rate is going to be 5.375 on a 30-year fixed. If you put $1 less down and get your loan amount to $647,201, I can get you to 4.625.
Whoa.
On a jumbo.
Smokes.
Right? 5.375 to 4.625, and your loan amount changes by $1.
Wow.
Because that's where the line is drawn. And so a lot of people in that upper tier bracket are choosing to put less money down and keeping their loan amount above that conforming loan level, because now we're in the jumbo rate category.
Interesting.
And we got 30-year fixed at 4.625, and that's with no points.
That's crazy.
You pay 1 point, you're down to 4.25.
Wow. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
That's a big deal.
So, so that upper tier, we'll probably talk about this in the stats, that upper tier of that 650 on up type of price point, we can feel that it's a little bit slower in that upper price point, because with where rates are at now, there's less people that qualify for that price range. And so we've seen a little less activity in the upper price range. But when your interest rate is almost a full percent lower up in that price range.
Well, you got to run the payments then. Yeah. And look at the difference in, we should do that for next week. Take a look at the cost of buying, $700,000 or whatever. We'll just run the scenarios. And because of the lower interest rate, how much more home can you buy for the same monthly payment?
Yeah. I can actually kind of work on this while we go through stats and stuff and pull that up. But you're talking, it almost makes sense in some scenarios where you actually bump up your price range.
Yes.
And get your loan amount over that amount so that you get the lower interest rate, and your payment will actually probably be lower.
Be less. Yeah. I love it. Let's run it. Let's take a look at market updates. Evan, you want to pull that up?
Give me 1 second here.
All right. So these are the most recent market updates for June 4th, 2022. I actually pulled these up this morning. So we've got the most recent, and I do have the ones from last month too, so we can kind of compare those. We're looking at inventory of homes for sale currently in the Twin Cities metro area is 6,626. Last month, we were at 5,200. Okay, so now we're at 6,600 compared to last month's 5,200. Now you take a look at a year ago, we were at 6,438. So folks, the inventory of homes for sale right now today is up almost 3% from this time last year, and it's up 15+% from last month. So we do have more homes on the market. That's great news for buyers. Pending home sales in the last 3 months, 16,505. A year ago, we were at 18,262. So that's down almost 10%. Pending home sales in the last 3 months are down almost 3%. The next one's a big one, folks. We get this is a big one. The median sale price currently $370,000. A year ago, we were at $336,000. That means the median sale price is up 10% from this time last year. Affordability index is 102. Last year, we were at 144. So, this affordability index of 102 that's as low as we've seen in a long time.
I think since I've been doing this show, the affordability index has never dropped below 100.
I think you're correct. Yeah.
In fact, really up until the last year and a half or so, it's always been hovering at 150 plus.
Yep, it has.
So
it's
wild.
It is wild. Affordability index is down. But again, folks, what you have to take a look at if you're thinking about buying a home is compare buying and owning your home. Compare that to renting a home. Look at it side by side. What does it mean year over year? What does it mean after a 5-year period? And take a look at it for your specific situation, what you want your monthly payments to be, and compare owning versus renting.
Absolutely. And the affordability index, for those that don't know, is basically just a measurement of the average home price versus the average household income in the market.
Correct.
So the average household income has changed less than the average home price.
Yes.
And the average home price has increased a lot in the last 2 years.
Yes, it has. Homes per buyer, 1.1. A year ago, we are the same at 1.1, so there's no change there. Days on market, we are at 28. A year ago, we were at 31, so that's about 10% less, meaning homes are selling about 10% faster. Last month, we had 35 days on the market, so, I mean, that's down, 20%. Homes are selling 20% faster this month than they were last month. And the sale price currently is 103.8%, so nearly 4% over list price. A year ago, we were at 103.3, so that's a change of about 0.5%. So median sale price is up. Days on market is down. Affordability index is down. We do have more inventory than we did last year at this time, so that's really good. More options for buyers. And the interest rates are decent. I mean, anything in the 5s is decent. So, folks, if you'd like more information about these smoking hot statistics, you can go to our website. You thought I was going to say listings.
Hot stats.
Hot stats, baby. Go to our website, MinnesotaHometalk.com. Shoot us over a message, and we'll send them over to you. We'll keep you updated monthly. We actually have weekly stats, so we can send them to you weekly if you'd like that as well. The phone lines are open if you'd like to win tickets to a St. Paul Saints game. We got 4 tickets. All 4 seats are together. Great seats. Give us a call with your real estate question. Phone lines are open. 651-647-2910. That is the call number to the studio to win 4 tickets to a Saints game. Give us a call. The best real estate question is going to win. Studio lines are open. 651-647-2910. Give us a call. Or you can text us your real estate questions to win. The text line is 763-443-5664. The text line again is 763-443-5664.
Andy, a frequent texter of ours, had a question in regards to insurance today. He's grilling me. Andy wants to know, do backyard fire pits add anything to homeowners' insurance costs? Same question on indoor fireplaces. The answer is sometimes, not always, and it depends on carrier. The bigger thing is, can you actually get coverage or not, depending on the categorization of that fire pit or whatever. A backyard fire pit normally is a non-issue, but if you have a built-in fire pit that does not conform to city code as far as distance from structures and so on, that's going to be a real problem when someone comes out and does an inspection and goes, hey, your fire pit is only 10 feet away from the building and it needs to be 22 feet away for underwriting guidelines. Declined, canceling policy. Yeah. Destroy the fire pit or we rip up the contract.
Jeez, that was pretty harsh.
Indoor fireplaces, like actual built-in fireplaces, generally not a big rating factor unless you have a lot of them.
Okay.
Generally, 1 or 2 is just kind of priced into the thing, and they just want to know, and everything's fine. Yeah. The one that we run into a lot, particularly in outstate Minnesota, is wood-burning stoves. Nobody likes covering wood-burning stoves. Huge fire risk. They're never installed properly. Even the ones that are installed properly are never installed properly. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you have a wood-burning stove? Congratulations. You get to pay another $1,000 a year.
Is that what it is?
So I have a client who bought a house a year ago in Little Falls. It's roughly a 2,000 square foot home plus a big attached garage, right?
Yeah.
Like a 4-car kind of structure attached. And he was paying about $2,200, and it went up to $3,000 and change when he filled out his little questionnaire and said, yes, I do have a wood burning stove. And they went, great. here is your $880 surcharge per year for that one wood burning stove.
So I feel like the cost savings of the wood burning stove, when you're talking about energy costs, is now
Offset.
eliminated
by the increase in insurance premium.
Oh yes, and there's a reason that they are surcharging that, and that's because after the traditional things that we know and love in this market, which are wind hail claims on roof and water backup claims, a very, very common cause of fire loss, which of course is a big loss for the company. Very common wood burning stoves.
How about a corn burning stove?
That I am not sure on, but most of the time it's those freestanding stoves. They're just going to count them all the same.
Interesting.
Like the traditional like big cast iron structure.
Yep.
The problem is most people have them kind of tucked off to the side, and things are leaning up against them when they shouldn't be, and things like that. Like if they're installed to code, it's really weird because they sit in like the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Like they're supposed to be, I think, like minimum 8 feet from any wall. Which is, exactly.
Yeah.
They're the way that they're supposed to be installed versus how they actually are installed is almost never the same thing. And then, of course, most of the places you think of that have these things, it's not in a clean, like living room.
Right.
It's in the wood shop in the garage where there's a bunch of stuff around that can
that's
tumble
where the wood
into
is.
it. And so,
it makes sense to put the wood burner
throw the scraps in there.
next to the wood.
Right.
Yeah. So that is a huge one. Fire pits in the backyard, I haven't seen a lot of problems with it most of the time because people have temporary things. It's basically a Weber grill, but it sits in the ground, or they have whatever, one of those propane tables, any number of things. Generally speaking, not a huge ratings factor here. And fireplaces, it only starts to become an issue, in my experience, past about 3, but it's going to depend on the carrier. Some carriers could be rating on less than that. So,
how about distance from a fire hydrant?
Absolutely, and that comes down to the same sort of thing. There's a whole Byzantine architecture to how companies rate the risk of fire loss. So we have fire categorization codes. Most houses in the metro are going to be somewhere between 2 and 4 on this scale that goes, I think, from 1 to 12 off the top of my head. But if you are multiple miles away from a fire department and you're not on city water, city sewer, so there's no fire hydrant near you, you're going to be a much higher number. So you're going to pay more for insurance, or you're going to get a decline because they're going to go, you're 30 minutes away from the closest fire department. If you have a fire, the house is going to be gone by the time they get there.
Yeah.
And some companies will accept that risk, and other ones will just be like, sorry, we don't do that.
I was working with a client that has a house up in Walker. They live up in Walker, Minnesota. And, it's a nice house, probably $375 value. Insurance was $4,000 a year. And I was looking at it, I was kind of like, have you had that looked at recently? That seems high to me. He's like, it is high. He's like, it's because there's not a fire hydrant anywhere close to me. He's like, I've checked around, and it's my distance from a fire hydrant that drives that premium up quite a bit.
Yeah, and someone's going to hear this and go, well, that's BS, because the fire department has a pump truck that's got a big old tank of water on it, and they bring the water to the fire, and that's true. But if they need more water than what they brought, that becomes a very big problem, because now instead of filling up from a fire hydrant that's 400, 500 feet away, it's, sorry, we got to drive back to the city and get more water, or we got to call in another truck on this fire. And that's bad. That's real bad.
I suppose the size of the house matters too, because if it's a really big house, a fire truck tank isn't going to help as much anyway.
It's one of those complicated things, but ultimately what it boils down to is that people who live in more rural areas pay more per square foot for insurance, because any sort of losses that are fire related, basically any sort of losses that are going to be, time is critical, and fire has got to be the top one on that, or you have a longer response time, regardless of if there's a fire hydrant nearby or not. But if there's no fire hydrant nearby, and there's no I live 2 miles outside of town. No. I live 35 minutes from the nearest civilization. It's like, we know that there are 2 outcomes in a fire claim. It's a small fire, and you put it out yourself, and you're calling the insurance company to say, hey, can you send an adjuster out because I accidentally, burned my kitchen and I, need 10 grand of repairs.
Right.
Or you're calling them and saying, the house is gone.
Right.
There's not a lot of room in between those two types of claims for that.
And bad news.
Right.
The good news is no one's hurt. The bad news is you guys get to buy me a new house.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, folks, we got the phone lines open. If you'd like to go to a St. Paul Saints game on us, give us a call at 651-647-2910 is the calling number of the studio. 4 tickets to the best real estate question. Give us a call at 651-647-2910. You can also text your real estate questions to win via our text line. You can text your questions to 763-443-5664. That is the text line. We're giving away 4 tickets to a Saints game. For the best real estate question, give us a text question to 763-443-5664.
I got some numbers for us.
Got some
you
numbers.
guys ready to be mind blown about this?
I am. I'm excited. It's going to be
Mind
big.
blown.
All right,
It's
I'm ready.
bigger than
Mind
people are
blown.
thinking.
So what I did was I put numbers together on a $550 purchase price, a $650 purchase price, and then a $762 purchase price. So I try to space it out so that you could see the gap of $100,000 in conforming loan limits and those interest rates, and then what the next level goes to. So on a $550 house, pick the same down payment, 15% down.
Okay.
So a $550 house with 15% down, interest rate today on a 30-year fixed 5.375. You're at a $2,717 principal and interest plus PMI payment. Okay, $2,717.
$2,717.
Okay. Now you go to $650. So jump up $100,000. 15% down still. Same interest rate because we're still in that conforming loan limit. Loan limit there. Interest rate 5.375. Your payment is $3,193 for principal, interest, and PMI. Okay, it's a difference of about $470. So that $100,000 price difference equals $470 in monthly payment.
Yep.
Okay, so now you go from $650 to $762.
Okay.
Okay, so we went up 116 grand.
Yep.
Okay, still 15% down. Your loan limit is 647.7, but now your interest rate, because you're in the jumbo category, you're at 4.625. Okay, your monthly payment for principal and interest, and there's no PMI on jumbo loans when you have less than 20% down. They're self-insured. You're at 3330. So now the difference between a 650 purchase price and a 762 purchase price is only what is that? $3,193 to $3,330. That's $137.
Wow. That is a big deal.
So going
That
up
is a big deal.
116 grand in your purchase price with still 15% down in both scenarios,
Yep.
you're only paying $137 more for that $116,000 price jump.
And I'll tell you what, that's a whole different house.
Yeah.
That might be a whole different neighborhood. And so an extra $137 a month, and you're going up almost $120,000 in price.
Dude, that's what I'm doing.
That's fantastic.
I mean, because you go 550 to 650, you're $470 difference.
Yeah.
But that 650 to 762 jump is only $137.
Yeah. So going from
Expand your
550
search.
to 750, and it's only an extra $600?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm looking at a 650 house, if my price range is at 650,
Yeah.
I'm bumping that up. I'm bumping that up to
Yep.
775 to 800 is what
Yep.
I'm bumping that up to, because your payment change for that jump is $150 a month.
And
less.
you're locking into an interest rate that's almost 1% lower for 30 years.
Right.
So that's pretty fantastic.
It's something to chew on. That should get the wheel spinning. A lot of people out there looking in that price range. It's like, and here's the other thing too. You're going to run into less competition as you go up in price. So if you're a buyer out there, if you've been looking in that
Yes.
550 to 650 range, and you've been in multiple offer situations and haven't got one yet, take a look at bumping that search up.
Yep.
It's not going to change monthly payment by that much,
Right.
but bump that monthly search up, and you're going to see a lot less competition on your end. And you can get 116 grand more in purchase price for $137 a month.
Yeah, that's incredible. Less competition, so then likely, less you're going to pay over the list price. And so a lot of benefits of it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Folks, the phone lines are open at 7. Well, the studio lines are open at 651-6. Look at that big sigh. Look at that. I make one small error during the show, and I get this deep, bear sigh.
Yeah, also, viewers will see my face of exasperation on that one, too. The big oof.
The big ooh. Studio lines are open. If you'd like to win 4 tickets to a Saints game, give us a call at 651-647-2910. The text line, you can also win via text. Text us your real estate questions, anything and everything real estate related, to 763-443-5664. That is the text line. Both ways give you a chance to win Saints tickets on us. All right. We were talking about 9 questions to ask when choosing a realtor. I think we went through a few of these. So number 1 was, how long have you been in the real estate business?
Definitely.
Is it your full-time job? That's question number 1. We did go over that. Number 2, do you have any designations or certifications? Number 3, what is your business philosophy? Number 4, how many buyers did you and your real estate brokerage represent last year? I think this one is fantastic, right? So you want to know, why are you asking that question? You want to know how much business did your team conduct? Your brokerage, I think that's a good question. I think a better question is ask the agent and the team that the agent is on. How much business did your team do last year? Folks, when you're hiring a real estate team or you're hiring an agent that's on a real estate team, you're hiring the whole team.
Yeah.
And so when folks hire any of the agents that are on Walgrave Real Estate Group, they don't just get that agent, they get the entire team of 9 full-time agents, 3 executive administrators. You're getting a whole team. And so those are really good questions. How many buyers did you work with last year? How many sellers did you work with last year? And that's why it's number 4 on this list of how many buyers or sellers did you and your team represent last year. Number 5, what's the average variation between your initial offers and final sale price? Okay, so that goes for both buyers and sellers, right? In this market, for buyer representation, if I'm a buyer, question I'm going to ask is, what is your strategy to win in multiple offers? How is your team winning when you're in a multiple offer situation? And I'd like to know, some general stats on that. If you have 10 buyers and you go out and make 10 offers and they're all multiple offers, how many of those are you going to win? Because that's the type of market that we're in. So number 5 on the list is, what are the stats? What are your team stats on winning multiple offers? Or if it's a seller, what's the average sale price compared to the list price for the sellers that you represent?
And why does that make a big difference? Why is that a big deal?
Well, it's a big deal for sellers because it means more money in your pocket. It's a big deal for buyers because it means you're actually going to win in the multiple offer situation.
The listing agent side, the list price to sale price question is good because there's a lot of ear ticklers, right? There's ear ticklers of if you interview 4 agents and 3 agents are all coming within a $10,000 roughly list price of what they think your house is going to sell for.
Yes.
And someone comes in at $40,000 higher than those other 3. Right? Are they just telling you what you want to hear so they get the listing, knowing that they're going in high and they're going to have to do a price reduction? You know what I mean? So
which they do. And,
right.
And folks, even in this market where it is a seller's market, inventory is low, if you're overpriced, it's not going to sell. If it's overpriced, not only is it not going to sell, you're probably not even going to get an offer.
You're not going to get activity.
You're not going to get showings. You're not going to get activity.
Right.
You can't overprice even in a hot seller's market.
And so that's why I think it's more important because I think by that question, you can figure out, am I getting my ears tickled by a high number or are they going to give me like the real world answer, right? I think you should go in and list at this price and this is why. And if their list price to sale price is close to each other, well, then they're giving you real world answers, right?
So the question is do you want an agent that's going to sell your home for the highest amount in the quickest time, or do you want an ear tickler? I mean, that's really the question, right?
Does it say that on the business card?
I'm going to turn this over to you.
Does it? Is there a business? Does it say that?
We should get business cards that say we're not ear ticklers.
Or maybe you should get business cards that say that you are the eel tickler. The ear tickler. Jason, before you head out, I did have one text question come in that I think that will be a layup for you.
Fantastic.
Sarah wants to know, is enclosing a deck to make a 3-season porch worth the price to do it to increase the value of your home?
No, it's not. It's not in today's market because of the cost to do so, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, if you're going to enjoy it and you're going to be there
yes.
for years, by all means, improvements are worth it.
Yeah,
if you're doing it to improve the value of your home,
it's not really going to affect that. I mean, it'll affect the value more if you put a deck on where it currently does not have a deck. But to enclose that, do it because you want to enjoy it, and it will. I mean, it's fantastic to have a screened-in porch or screened-in deck area, but don't do it as far as trying to yield a high ROI on it.
Yep.
So, all right, gentlemen, it's over to you.
Boom. So that was number. What do we got here? That was number 5.
What we actually have. Do we want to continue with the list or take on all these text questions that we just got?
Well, let's tackle the text questions. Absolutely. Let's do those.
Give me 1 second here. Friend of the show and frequent caller in the past, though not too much over the last couple of years. John wants to know, and he's got a few things here.
Okay.
Neighbor's house was listed at $550,000 and sold for $605 a month ago. Similar house to mine, including the square footage. 2 weeks ago, another neighbor's house listed for $500 and sold for $490. 2 less bedrooms and 1,000 finished square feet less than mine. Both houses in great condition. Does the recent sale of the less expensive home in my example reduce my listing price via comparable sold analysis? Or is it just far enough out there that it's not a big deal?
How so the one that sold for the $490, what was the stats in that? 2 less bedrooms, you said?
2 less bedrooms, about 1,000 square feet less.
I mean, that's not going to, on an appraisal side of things, that house that sold for $490 is probably not going to be used for a comp because it's got 2 less bedrooms and it's that much smaller square footage wise.
Yeah.
Right? So I wouldn't be concerned too much about that one at all because it's probably not even going to show up on the radar because it's just too different. And you're like, well, it's 2 bedrooms and 1,000 square feet, but it's in the same neighborhood, it's a similar house style, similar age, all that stuff. 2 bedrooms and 1,000 square feet, especially if the 1,000 square feet is above ground, that's a big difference when it comes to value in a house. So I wouldn't worry too much about that one. The listing of the 550 and the sold at 605. The biggest mistake that you could make if you're identical to that house and you're going to go on the market now, the biggest mistake you could make is to go on at 605 or 599 or 600, something like that. When you go on to that close to that sale price, you got to remember the only reason they really got 605 is because they listed at 550. They got a ton of showings on there. They got a ton of offers coming in. There was all this competition. They're calling for highest and best.
Yep.
And then it's a guessing game of, okay, we had 12 offers come in, right? We're going to go back to all 12 buyers and say, we need your highest and best offer by this day and this time, and now make them think how high they need to go in order to win it. Right?
Yeah.
And that's where that competition, right? That competition drove your sale price up to 605 on that one.
I think the other piece of that too is we may just be looking at a situation in which the overall condition of the homes is different too. Abstract, we're just talking about square footage and so on. But it is very possible that home that's not only smaller, it's also less desirable because, its kitchen hasn't been redone and those kinds of things that, it's like, don't get me wrong, it's a very competitive market. There's not a lot of houses out there, particularly in this sort of middle range price bracket that, there's enough for everybody. No, it's going to be competitive no matter what. But if you're comparing one that's like turnkey, everything is redone, everything is nice, versus one that's, it's a little smaller and we haven't done any work recently. We're just looking to sell and so on. It's going to change that aspect of everyone competing for it versus just kind of what you see is what you get.
Right.
So there are a lot of factors that go into comps. And, it's like in the insurance world, there are a lot of factors that go into valuing rebuild cost and stuff. And just saying square footage and bedrooms generally, I think, is not quite enough info.
Nope. And think about this way too. Square footage wise, you can get, $180 per square foot on above grade, right? So 180, that means on 100 square feet, you're talking $18,000 worth of value, and that's just on 100 square feet.
Yeah.
Right. This particular one was 1,000 square feet different, right? So then now you're talking, you potentially, if it's all above grade, you potentially have up to $180,000 worth of value there, because of the square footage difference alone.
Yep.
So that just shows kind of how big that square footage, that additional square footage can affect your value.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Next text question that came in, and this one's kind of up my alley and also a good question for Jason, but he has stepped out. If a house has been approved for new siding and new roofing on an insurance claim, but I'm looking to sell, should I list the home as the option for buyer's choice for the new color for the siding, or should we just do the work before listing? And my immediate thought on this is do the work before listing.
Same here. Me too.
The usefulness of being able to see you get to pick your color on the house is a lot less than you get to pick your color on the house, but there might not be, like it might be being worked on at closing.
Right.
Everything being done before you have, brand new siding, brand new roof is a much bigger selling point than you get to pick the color, I think.
Yep. I think you go to your agent and you say you have your agent help you pick the color, right? So in this case, you'd want to have Jason come out there,
yes,
and help you pick the color to say, okay, what's gonna appeal to the majority of the buyers out there. And if you have brand new siding, brand new roof, that curb appeal in that house is going to stick out, obviously, because everything is brand new, and you're going to get a ton of traffic on it, and then it's going to take care of itself from there.
It's the brand new siding, brand new roof. A lot of people don't understand what a big deal that is from an insurance perspective. If you put a brand new roof on your house right now, like you just today, and you call up me and you say, hey, run quotes for me with the same company that you're with, assuming that your roof was not recently replaced already, you could be talking about like a 20% discount on your homeowner's rate.
Nice.
It is huge, the kind of discount that you get for a brand new roof. It generally, depending on the carrier, falls off after about 6 to 8 years, but the new roof replacement discount is gigantic. And so just putting that in the listing, anyone who's savvy to this is going to be like, I'm going to be saving money on my payment for a while, and I'm probably not going to have to worry about making a claim for a while.
Right.
Both big wins. And honestly, if someone wants an interesting color for their home, they're just going to have it painted that color. They're not gonna look for a house that's like, oh, it's already the shade of blue that I want or whatever.
Fuchsia.
Yeah, they're just gonna get it done.
Yep. Those are good questions. Thanks for texting those in, everybody here. We're going to be back next Saturday. We're here every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Facebook Live, on 1500 a.m. at ESPN, taking your calls and questions live on air and answering them for you. Anything dealing with real estate and mortgages. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week.